Welcome to the Cheating Diaries, where love meets betrayal explore stories of passion, secrets, and hidden desires. Subscribe to uncover the truth in Thediaries. The late afternoon sun filtered through the kitchen windows of the quaint suburban home casting golden light. Over the countertops, Nathan, a 20-year-old college sophomore, stood hunched over the kitchen sink, frustration etched across his face. The faucet had been leaking for days, and his dad had asked him to take care of it while he was away, on a business trip. But no matter how hard Nathan tried, the ancient pipe refused to budge. Nathan wiped sweat from his brow and muttered, under his breath, "Why does this have to be so difficult?" Karen, his 35-year-old stepmother, stepped into the kitchen, carrying a basket of freshly folded laundry. Karen had married Nathan's father, Mark, 2 years ago. And although she was young enough to be mistaken for Nathan's older sister, she carried herself with the warmth and grace of someone who had embraced her role as stepmother. She placed a laundry basket on the table and noticed Nathan's struggle. "Nathan, what's going on?" she asked, her tone calm but curious. "This stupid faucet," Nathan grumbled, dropping the wrench onto the counter. "It's completely stuck. I've tried everything, but it won't move." Karen walked over to him, her green eyes studying the faucet. "It do look like it's seen better days," she said with a small smile. "Why didn't you tell me you were working on this?" Nathan shrugged. "I thought I could handle it. It's just a faucet. How hard could it be?" Karen chuckled softly. "Sometimes these things are trickier than they look. Let me help." Nathan looked at her skeptically. "You know how to fix faucets?" Karen raised an eyebrow. Playfully, "Believe it or not, I grew up with 2 brothers, and we had to do a lot of the household repair selves." "Watch and learn, young man." She grabbed a pair of rubber gloves from under the sink and slid them on. Nathan stepped back to give her room, still feeling a little embarrassed that he hadn't been able to fix it on his own. Karen crouched down and examined the problem more closely. "This isn't just rust," she said after a moment. "The threading is completely stripped. That's why the wrench isn't gripping it properly." Nathan frowned. "So what do we do?" Karen smiled. "Improvise." She grabbed a smaller wrench and a piece of cloth, wrapping the cloth around the pipe to give the wrench more traction. Then, with a firm but measured twist, she loosened the stubborn pipe. Water sprayed out briefly before Karen quickly tightened the shutoff valve. Nathan stared in amazement. "How did you do that?" Karen stood up and pulled off the gloves, her hands now slightly damp. "It's all about finding the right angle and not forcing it. Sometimes brute strength just makes things worse." Nathan couldn't help but laugh. "I've been at this for an hour and you fixed it in 2 minutes. Karen placed a hand on his shoulder, her touch reassuring. "Don't be too hard on yourself. Nathan, you're learning, and there's no shame in asking for help when you need it." Nathan smiled, grateful for her encouragement. "Thanks, Karen. Karen returned his smile. "Anytime, that's what family is for." Over the next few weeks, Karen and Nathan found themselves bonding more often, with Mark away for work so frequently they had plenty of opportunities to spend time together. Karen introduced Nathan to some of her favorite recipes, teaching him how to cook simple but delicious meals in return. Nathan showed her how to use the new streaming service his dad had subscribed to, patiently explaining all the features. One evening, as they sat on the couch watching a movie, Nathan turned to Karen. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course," Karen said, muting the TV. "Why did you marry Dad?" Karen looked at him, surprised by the question. "What do he means?" He's gone so much because of work. Doesn't that bother you?" Karen thought for a moment before answering. "Your dad and I have a strong relationship built on trust and understanding. Yes, it's hard when he's away, but we make it work because we care about each other, and being here with you makes it easier." Nathan nodded, her words sinking in. "I guess I never thought about it that way." Karen smiled. "Relationships aren't always easy, Nathan. But when you find someone worth the effort, it's amazing what you can overcome together." Their conversation marked a turning point in their relationship. Nathan began to see Karen not just as his stepmother, but as someone he could confide in and are on one day. Karen suggested they tackle a larger project together, repainting. The living room, the walls had been the same dull beige for years, and Karen thought a fresh coat of paint would brighten up. The space, are you sure we can handle this on our own? Nathan asked. As they stood in the middle of the room, surrounded by paint cans and brushes, Karen grinned. Absolutely. It'll be fun plus. It's a great way to spend the weekend. They spent the next 2 days working side by side, laughing as they accidentally splattered paint on each other and debating over which shade of blue looked best by the end of the weekend. The living room looked brand new, and their bond had grown even stronger when Mark returned. From his trip, he was pleasantly surprised to see the changes. Wow, you two have been busy, he said, admiring the freshly painted walls. Karen and Nathan exchanged a smile. We make a good team, Karen said. Mark nodded. I can see that, thank you both of you. As the months went by, Nathan continued to learn from Karen, whether it was fixing things around the house, cooking, or navigating life's challenges. Karen was always there to guide him, and in return, Nathan grew more confident in himself. Knowing he had someone in his corner, their relationship became a testament to the power of family, proving that love and support could overcome any obstacle. Hope you like my stories. If you have any comments share with me, kindly press the bell icon for more attractive stories, and also share my channel. Love you all my viewers and listeners.